Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Scottie Show, man. I got a very special guest, man. Motherfucking Lil BROWS, bro. What's good with it, man?
Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Man, I'm doing good, man. I connected with Bobby Raps, man, and we was like, I had to shout him out for doing that song with you, bro. Like that was some sick ass shit, man. And for the people that don't know who you are, man, who's Lil BROWS? Where you from, man?
I grew up in the Midwest, Southern Ohio.
Hey, Midwest shit.
Yeah, real small little town, and I moved out to LA, so I've been living out there for like a little over 5 years now.
Hell yeah. What was it like, how did you get into music and like what was like your whole like your inspirations and stuff like that? Like who was you fucking with back then?
Yeah, bro. So my mom was always into R&B, so she put me onto R&B really early, like Mary J. Blige,
Hell yeah.
Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, like all melodic stuff.
Hell
When I
yeah.
was so I always loved R&B, and my dad was more on like kind of the country, like rock phase.
Hmm.
So those were my two influences when I was early. But I had an older brother, so when I was like 10 years old, he showed me Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
Eminem,
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson. So like I just remember right when my brother put me on. That's like Napster and like LimeWire was giving our computers viruses and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So like as soon
Them
as he put me
LimeWire
on
days was
to
lit.
that,
I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
I just have this memory of him when I'm like probably 8 or 9 years old. He was downloading stuff off Napster and he showed me Bone Thugs and Harmony, and they're from Cleveland, Ohio.
Hmm.
And that's when I got into like rap and like Marilyn Manson and like Eminem and those type of things.
Hell yeah.
So those
Um,
were my early influences, bro. But then Lil Wayne was what did it for me.
Lil Wayne a goat, man. Them No Ceilings mixtapes, all the droughts, bro. Like that, like Lil Wayne is like ultimately I still have him as like number one. Like he's definitely
Yeah,
still goat. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
for sure, bro. There was nothing like it. Just like a new Wayne song would drop and it'd be like, what the hell? So that's where a lot of like my influence came from when it came to like writing and just metaphors and shit like that.
Yeah, 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 bro. Them Lil Wayne and Gucci Man days was like crazy back in the day. Like someone was either playing Lil Wayne or you had Gucci in the car. Like during like that time, Young Jeezy was hot. Kanye when he dropped 808s and Heartbreak, like that was like fire on that time.
Yeah.
Um, who are some of the artists you listen to right now? Like I know you listen to yourself probably. Like who you fucking with like right now in like the industry, or they could be mainstream or underground.
Yeah. Bobby's up there, bro. I'm always listening to Bobby.
Dude, he's fire, man. He be killing
Yeah.
it, man.
That's what's cool. Like even before we linked, like that's like who I actually listen to, like that whole style of stuff.
Yeah,
Corbin,
Corbin's
uh,
fire.
uh, Kid Leroy. I like his stuff
Yeah,
right
Kid
now.
Leroy's fire.
A lot of melodic stuff, really. I go through phases, dude. So I've been on a country wave
Mm,
lately. So I've been really in my country phase right now.
hell yeah. Who you fucking
I'm
with on the
listening.
country tip? You fucking with
I mean, I'm boys with Jelly Rolls, so I've been listening to a lot of his stuff
Child
lately.
Jelly Roll?
Morgan Wallen, Ernest.
Mm, that's fire.
Um, so yeah, I go through phases, bro. But yeah, right now I'm listening to a lot of my own stuff. I'm working on a project, so I'm just trying to stay in the zone.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. How
Yeah,
was
bro.
how was like writing that linking with Bobby Raps and shit? Like how was that? Like how dope was that, bro?
It was dope, bro. He's the goat, man. Like I really like tell all my friends and everything. I'm like this. He's the goat when it comes to melodies, and he said it himself. Like he mastered rap at an early age. Like he's like one of the best rappers. Um, but just his melodies are crazy. Like
Yeah,
you seem like you're into music and stuff too. Just like I geek out on that type of stuff, right?
yeah, yeah.
So like his combination of melodies is like insane. So to be able to work with him, like see how he writes and stuff is always interesting to me. And we do it pretty similar where it's like just kind of mumbling melodies and then fitting the words and then just going like line by line.
Yeah.
But bro, it's inspiring to watch him work. He works so quick. Like he just works quick, bro. So
Yeah, bro, that's how that shit is for real. Like I remember, so I was making music before I was doing stand up and stuff, and one of my because I was fucking with Young Gravy, and one of my first like decent features was Young Gravy, and that
right.
shit was lit, and like seeing him his work ethic, he can just like do shit like that too. So it was just fired, and then like just seeing Bobby Raps, like his style is just crazy. Like you said, I think he mastered that shit fast as hell, like being like a rapper and his rapping ability. I
Yeah.
think your rapping ability is like good as fuck. Like the way you can like just put like words together and shit, and like how do you like what is your writing process like, bro?
Now my writing process is just off the top, line by line. Like I kind of low key mastered that shit too. I got really good at freestyling when I was younger. Like
Mm,
by the time I was like 15, you could ask my friends growing up, my freestyles were like insane. Like
that's fire.
so yeah, I just got really good at freestyle. I could freestyle like full songs off the top and then just go
Yeah.
back and like see what I was trying to say. But nowadays my writing process is really just off of a feeling. Like I just go in, I do the first melodies that I'm feeling, and I try not to think about it too much.
Mm,
And then I go back and kind of like put in what I was trying to say.
mm.
But really now I just go line by line, bro. I just record the line, punch in the next line, punch in the next line.
Yeah.
Unless it's like some intricate rap shit, and then I'll like write on my notes sometimes to like really tie everything together.
Yeah. 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 That's
Yeah.
crazy. Um, what are like some of the things that like inspire you while you're writing? Like, because sometimes I like to have like sometimes I'll have like silent movies, or like I'll have like movies playing with like the sound off. I'll have animes playing with the sound off and shit like that. What kind of stuff do you like interact with, and like what stuff like makes you feel like nostalgic, to like get like inspired to even write?
Yeah, I like that you said that. Nostalgia is one of the main inspirations for my writing process. I always say future nostalgia. That's like the
Mm,
vibe I try to create,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like you haven't even really been there yet, but you're already like reflecting on like times that remind you of it. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a paradox, but that's what I try to like emulate in my music. So yeah, we watch movies with the sound off too. That's the vibe in the studio.
Yeah, bro, that's fire.
Yeah, get some anime playing and shit. But really, I think it just depends on like, I try to create it as a habit, so I don't always have to feel inspired, but I'm always recording.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely like shoes off in the studio for me, feel
Oh
comfortable.
shit, yeah.
I might have some candy or like some waters or Red Bull or something.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, movies in the background, anime in the background, and yeah, bro, just like I love to just be comfortable with who's in there with me. Like I went through a phase where I couldn't record in front of anyone. Like I had to just be in a basement, like just by myself and shit.
Yeah,
No,
bro. Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. I understand that feeling.
because I'm like a very inclusive person. I like everyone in the room to be included. So like
Mm-hmm.
if there's four people in there and the fifth person is not really like tapped in, I'm like, hey, like, do you like what we're doing? Like, are you feeling this right? Like, I have to have
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
included. So like that's a big thing. Just if I'm comfortable with the people in the studio, I feel
Mhm.
like more creatively free and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so true, man. And like, how was it, being coming from like the Midwest, and then now you're going to Cali, you went to Atlanta and all these other places. Like, what when you were like, not as like where you at right now, like what was that feeling, when you first like went to like Cali and shit? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, bro. I mean, just to keep it 1,000, I went to California to get sober. So I was like fucking up. I needed to get sober.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of backwards. A lot of people party in LA, but I went to
Mhm.
LA, got sober. So I wasn't even really thinking about music then. I was thinking about like how to get my life together. I had a
I feel
daughter.
you.
Like I was thinking just get my shit together first. But then through getting sober and like, working on myself a lot, I was able to like get back to what made me happy as a kid. And
Mm,
then I was able to like realize that I love making music and I'm comfortable with putting my stuff out there and being myself.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, man, like I kind of stayed in the Midwest until I was like a teenager. I didn't really go outside of it much, except to
Mm,
like go to the beach and shit when I was little, but like,
yeah, yeah.
but then from like 19 to like 25, I just feel like I got a lot of life experience really quick just from like, going through addiction and that type of stuff and going through
Mm,
really hard times. Like I was homeless and I was in despair, like just felt like I was going to die all the time. So
that's some real ass shit.
yeah, bro. So I saw some really dark things during those ages, but it gave me a lot of perspective. So by the time I got to California, I was just grateful. Like I had a sense of gratitude,
Mm.
um, and a really different perspective than some people have. So
Yeah, bro, that's dope. And I feel like because I like to like ask that question because like I'm from the Midwest too. I'm from Peoria, Illinois, and like I just like to like see like the perspective of someone that's from like a small town or whatever, small city, and they go to like Cali and like not even on like the partying tip. It's just like your like the atmosphere just changing, like the scenery changes, and
Yeah.
like some people like their eyes get big and they're like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm doing this. Did you ever have like that moment? Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, what was the moment that you had that you were like, yo, I can't believe I'm doing this shit?
I mean, there's no real one moment that stands out. There's gradual things like along the way where I just
Yeah,
check
yeah.
myself and I'm like, bro, this is the shit I used to dream about. Like, it's coming through. Like, I'm big on manifestation. I do vision boards. I like, I'm careful about what I say. Like,
Mhm.
I talk things into existence. So basically, ever since I really got sober and changed my way of thinking, everything I've said and wanted has come true so far. Like, even to go back to the Bobby Rap shit, a year before we met, I did a cover of one of his songs. And I spent like $500 on the video and shit. Like, it was stupid.
That's
Like, I shouldn't
fire.
even have
Which
done
song
that
was
much.
it?
It was Believe the Lie. I did a
Oh, I
rendition
gotta
of
watch that shit. That's crazy.
it's a rendition of Boys Don't Cry and Believe the Lie. I mashed them
Okay.
up.
Okay.
And like I remember I went to the studio, did everything. I'm like, I love this song so much. And my friend at the time was like, why are you like putting this much effort into like a cover song and just some random shit? And I was like, cause bro, I'm like living this, I'm thinking it. And then like a year later, we're in the studio together, and I'm like, that's even crazy right there, just to be like manifesting stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and just like any all the artists I listen to, I've like got a chance to work with so far. Like Mike Stud is one of my favorites.
Fire, fire.
I got like 2 songs with him now. One of my friends, Riley, he's one of my big influences, and we have multiple songs together.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, usually whenever I do live shows, like I check in with myself and I'm like, because I've had vision boards where it's like, do a live show and like pray with your homies before the show. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so like last year I did a show in my hometown and there were probably like 400 people in there. It was kind of packed out for like that venue.
Hmm.
And me and my friends were saying a prayer before the show. We're like, God, thank you for letting us get to this point. Like, let us give a good show. And I just took a step back. I'm like, this exact moment was what I dreamed of. So that was a
Yeah.
moment where I was like, damn, bro, shit's kind of coming true. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's fire, man. So I'm tapped into Cats After Dark, bro. I'll be
Hey,
peeping y'all shit, man.
let's
Bro,
go.
I want to, bro, like that motherfucking Chin, man. He can sing his ass off, bro. Like
Crazy.
bro, I want to hear like so. Do y'all have like a non like Cats related album or project y'all gonna have coming out?
Yep, we're working on it right now, actually.
Yeah, yeah. That's some shit that I would like love to hear. Like just like y'all like, in y'all element, like just making some shit that's like, that's just y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be some fire ass shit. Cause he sound like a nigga singing. Like
Crazy.
bro, he sound like a black dude. I was like, this dude, he got a black man trapped inside his body. Like that shit
He
crazy
does.
as
He has
hell.
soul. He
Yeah,
got
bro. He
that
got
soul.
soul, man.
Yeah, dude. We're working on a project right now, me and him. And it's going to be like all just original stuff, like some
Fire.
rap shit, some country shit, some heartfelt stuff, some fun stuff. So, yeah, we're working on that album right now. We got like probably 4 or 5 songs done, but we're going to do a whole project together.
That's fire, man.
I'm excited.
Uh, so like, what artists do you want to work with in like the future? Like, do you like I know you said you work with some of the people that you already fuck with. Like, what is like some of like that can be underground, mainstream. Like, what are some of the top artists that you like? You're like, damn, I want to work with this motherfucker.
Um, yeah, bro. I like female singers a lot. So there's this girl right now. Her name's Ellie Duhay. Um,
Okay.
I really want to work with her. One of my favorite artists is Bon Iver. I would love to work with him
Oh
someday.
shit, that would be crazy. Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
even
crazy.
just to like be around him and like work on melodies together and stuff, that'd be a big dream.
Yeah.
There's another guy named Francis in the Lights that
Okay.
works with
Okay.
Kanye a lot. He's someone I want to work with. Uh, yeah, those 3 for right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you ever thought about like, because I know people go through depression and stuff like that. Like, have you ever gone through a moment where you like, bro, I just want to quit this shit. Like, fuck music.
yeah,
Like what is that? What's
bro.
that feeling like, man?
So it was 1 week before the King and the Sting stuff started popping off. Actually,
Yeah.
that's exactly when I went through that moment because I had a lot of this relates to like my sobriety and shit just because like before I don't even remember what was going on. I was fucked up, so like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so it kind of feels like a new lifetime. So like at that time I had like 5 years sober And that can be like a plateau for a lot of people because like you're off the pink cloud, you're not really feeling as great, you're just kind of living like life normally. And that was around that time, so it was a couple years ago, and I was trying to do music, shit wasn't popping off, and I just felt burnt out on it. I felt like everything I was trying to say was played out. I couldn't come up with like new combinations of stuff. I just felt like burnt out and like numbed out to it, so I almost gave up right there. And then a week later I was watching King and the Sting, and they said to submit a rap, so I just said fuck it and submitted one.
That's crazy, bro.
And then like shortly after that, shit started changing and becoming like really fun. So it just gave me a whole new experience on it, and just like changed the direction completely. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like how like was that shit like a big boom like after like that shit like blew up for you on King of this thing? Like what like when you just check your phone and just the numbers just went up, like were you just like what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. It was honestly crazy. I'm still like I don't even realize what the fuck happened, but yeah, pretty much shortly after that. I mean, shout out to those guys. They really have shown me all love this whole time and like super cool dudes. But they really gave me like a platform, and it started off as like a joke. I'm like, I'm gonna see how far I can take this. Like, because I was kind of trolling at first, but then I'm like, I don't care, bro. This is fun. I'm just gonna keep doing it. But yeah, they numbers started going crazy. Their producer hit me up and was like, "Yo, your shit's like blowing up on our show. We want to have you on." And then, yeah, I just came on there and made the full album for them and then started rocking with their whole crew.
That's crazy, bro. Like, and honestly, bro, like when I first, like when I was hearing like the songs like being picked out and then they had put yours on, I was like, yo, this is a banger. I might even like, even though it's like, even though you said you was trolling, I was like, this is a banger, bro. I couldn't even cap. I was like, damn. I'm like, cause like every single time they'll play like the outro after like the episode, and I would just wait for the outro just so I could hear that shit just come in. I'm like, ah, shit. I was like, it's a fucking slapper, bro. I'm not even gonna cap.
I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, no problem, bro. Yeah, no, it honestly just shows like your rapping ability, like on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there was people that like submitted songs, but I think that they just didn't have like the same ability as you do, and like I can just tell that you put time and effort into like what you do and like what you write, and does that like what right now like what's like motivating you to like just keep pushing this shit? What's like the main motivator?
Well, number one, I'm just upset. I get like obsessed with stuff, so I'm like obsessed with making music. Like right now, we have the studio right here on the other side. We're recording right now.
That's crazy.
So like, I just get like obsessed, bro, and I just want to keep going, keep going. But yeah, right now I'm just riding the wave, dude. Like, I learned to like stay out of my head and not really question stuff too much and overthink. So like really I'm just kind of following what's being laid out in front of me, not questioning it. You know, maybe in like a year or so I might kind of like rebrand some shit or like take a step back and think of a new direction. But for now, I've just been rolling, bro. So I just have like a cool like lust for life now since I've been through some stuff, and now I kind of have like a gratitude perspective. So I'm just like rolling with it, whatever pops up. Like even right now, where I'm at right now, I can have my boy come out here and say what's up. His name's Austin Awake. He's like a singer and shit too. He's really dope.
Okay.
But even the way we met was super organic. I was in Atlanta. He's here. We just linked up and started recording and vibing together. And like we didn't ask for that. Like we didn't hit each other up asking for a feature or anything. We just naturally had a vibe. So now me and him are working on music together, and it just worked out. Like we didn't have to force it. So stuff like that kind of keeps me going to where I just get out of my own way, get out of my own head, and kind of let life just present things, and then I just work hard to like follow through with them.
Yeah, bro. I like that you said that, like, get out of your own head, because I feel like a lot of people, especially in the music industry and just the industry in general, like, I feel like people build like a lot of fake like battles in their head with people, and like that's not even real. And like some people don't even be thinking about like, because I used to do that shit like myself. I used to be like, yo, bro, these people ain't fucking with me. No, they like, I would just be like, yo, bro, I haven't got putting on yet. Like, ain't nobody rocking with me. Like, no, like I haven't done enough yet. Like, I haven't been like consistent enough. Do you think consistency is like one of the main keys to like, to like kind of get where you want to get to?
Yeah, bro. I think consistency and just like fucking with yourself, like shutting out the outside noise and having tunnel vision. And like really when you start fucking with your own stuff, people start seeing it and they start like you know, when you're into what you're doing, it's exciting. So I think people see that. Um, there's a quote that I heard. I think Chris Rock said it. He said when
Mm.
he was first starting off in stand-up comedy, his car would break down a lot,
Yeah,
and he would like wave for people to help him push it, and everyone would just drive by, right? So he's like asking for help. But then when
yeah.
he said fuck it and just started pushing the car himself, like people started pulling over to help him.
Mm.
So I always take that metaphor a lot. Like when you stop caring about what other people think, you just go inward and start fucking with your own stuff. Like people start joining and they want to like hop onto what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but definitely consistency, bro. There's been a lot of lonely times where like I felt like giving up with stuff, and you just got to keep going.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
that's facts, man. That's facts, man. What can like people expect from you like coming up? Like what can like these people that's like that fuck with you, that's fans of you, like what can we see like coming up next for you?
Yeah, bro. Well, shout out to Brendan Schaub. He's been heavy in my corner and just like a super great dude, man. Like it's crazy. He gets so much hate, but like,
Bro, like, and this so like, and I've
yeah,
been like watching that shit, bro. That shit is fucking crazy. Like how much like, and honestly, like he is a decent dude, man. Like despite like all like the extra shit that's like happening, he a decent like person. Like like those kind of incidents don't really like define you, and like it's just like people that's like rocking with him, they know, like like people that
yeah,
rock
yeah,
with you, yeah,
yeah, exactly. And like, I'm around him a lot, and he really goes out of his way to fucking help people all the time, put people on, like, super
yeah,
humble dude. And that's what he's done for me the whole time. Like, he's never asked for money, he's never asked for anything.
yeah,
He's just put me on whenever. So me and him got some collab shit coming up. We might
fire,
do some shit under like Thick Boy. So we got like a cool collab going. And then me and my boy Austin Awake, we're gonna drop our whole project together. So we're working on music now. Me and Chin got a project coming out, and then I'll just be putting singles out like on top of that.
bro. That's fire, man. I honestly like I said, man. Like once I was already rocking with you, but then once I saw the Bobby Raps feature, I was like, yo, I already got this dude in legend status, bro. Like once you got like the Bobby Raps feature, bro, you like solidified, bro. Like so, I'm gonna let you know right now, bro. I'm gonna give you a flowers, bro. You solidified, bro.
I
On my show,
appreciate
you
it.
solidified, bro. You solidified, bro. For real, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, he snapped on that verse too. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, man. I was when I see that show, I was like, God damn. I was like, Lil Browns done did it. I was like, I'm watching this motherfucker. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully
he's
we
like,
get a Corbin feature, bro. I want to see the Corbin next, bro. That would be
oh
crazy.
man, yeah, they're like the best. They're two of the best in the game, bro. People don't even understand. They like,
They write for so many people, do so much stuff for artists that you wouldn't even and it's crazy how people just don't peep like the track record. And like this is why I wanted to start this podcast or like this whatever it is right now. Like I wanted to like document like artists that's like really doing stuff, whether they are like not in front of the camera, behind the camera, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not be the most popping, but they have like some of the highest like impact on the game. And like people don't even really know that. And I don't really like how Hulu, Netflix, I don't like how they do like these documentaries on these rappers, especially like the X documentary. They didn't talk about none of the other like underground artists that helped uplift like X Tory was at. You know what I'm saying? They like always like they they just miss certain important people.
yeah,
And my goal is to like document everyone. This person's connected to that person. Like now, like I like the Bobby Raps like timeline has started. We got the Lil Browse timeline started, and who's connected to Lil Browse, who's connected to Bobby Raps, like who was a part of the story. And that's like I want to be like a music historian and like document all this stuff, man. So I really appreciate you for like taking the time out to do this, man. I appreciate you for real.
yeah, of course, bro. I love what you're doing too, and that stuff's super interesting to me as well. Like I caught the interview with you and Bobby, and it's always interesting to go behind the scenes and see like what's going on and shit.
Yeah,
And yeah, Chappelle actually, like from the podcast Chappelle
yeah.
Links, he,
Shout out Chappelle, man.
yeah, shout out to him. He's a freaking music nerd, bro. Like he really does his research, like digs deep and shit. So me
Yeah,
and him will talk about that same type of stuff forever, about like what it was like for this person to create the song, where the inspiration came from, like
yeah, yeah.
all that shit's super interesting. So I love what you're doing, bro. It's dope. You do stand up comedy too?
Yeah, man, I do stand up, man. In my hometown, Peoria, Illinois. I go to Chicago. I'm like 2 hours outside of Chicago. I go to Zany sometimes. But just whenever I can like book a show, pretty much. So yeah, like just pretty much like around like Iowa, Chicago, my hometown, Peoria. Yeah, pretty much that just that area right now.
That's dope. I gotta catch some of your stuff, bro. How long you been doing it for?
Right now I've been doing it for about like a year and like 3 months. So yeah, man, like I'm just enjoying it. I'll send you some shit. I'll send you some clips, bro. Like I post my shit on my Instagram and everything, bro. But yeah, man, I enjoy it so much, man. Like I definitely love like making music. Like making music is definitely like a big part, but like I love doing stand up. I love making people laugh. I was always that kid that was cracking jokes and making motherfuckers laugh at school and shit, getting kicked out of class. And I just wanted to, like I said, like nostalgic. I want to feel like nostalgic. I love like the nostalgia feeling. Like I like making people laugh makes me feel like a fucking kid again, pretty much. Like, like
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
bro, I respect comedians so much. I'm not a comedian. I could never do that shit. So respect.
yeah. I appreciate that, man. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, man. I really appreciate you for coming on the show, man, and like doing a thing, bro. I can't wait to see what you got coming next, man. And I'm always gonna be looking out looking out for things that like you do and like who you gonna be working with. And like I said, man, like I'm gonna just be like documenting this stuff, man. I'm glad you could be a part of it.
of course, bro. Yeah, and I'll just plug this real quick. The next single I got coming out is called First Flight. So like I don't know when this drops, but it'll probably be out around the time it drops.
Okay, bet. I'm
So
gonna drop this next week.
yeah. So anyone listening, if they want to hear a new one, it's called First Flight. It's pretty dope. It's definitely a vibe. So check that out if you guys want to hear some new stuff.
Bet. Do you want to plug in your socials or anything else?
Yeah, just Instagram, Lil Browse, YouTube, Lil Browse. Yeah, man, follow me, check it out. We got some cool stuff coming up. I'm about to go do a show in my hometown 2 weeks. Me and Chin are going to try to do some more shows,
Oh
and
yeah.
then just music on the way, bro. So I'm excited, and I appreciate you having me on, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Yo, this is the Scottie show, man. Amazing guest, Lil BROWS, man. Thank you for pulling up, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.